What's up, guys? RyHo here, once again, and this is a Oh the Horror video review. You can see the title, so I don't know why I'm trying to build up the suspense, but it was a request from megaacdcdeth, who's a great guy, comments on a lot of my videos and stuff like that, and yeah, this one is The Burning, which this one's interesting. It took a long time for this DVD to come out. It just came out in 2007, and that's actually the first time I saw the film, because it was only on VHS before that. It's released, you see a lot of names on this one. You got 20th Century Fox and MGM put out the DVD. I think they were the original distributing company anyway. It's a Miramax production, and you can tell that because this film has a lot of big time like Miramax people behind it. A couple of people that are involved in it, not really Miramax people or anything like that, but you got Jack Sholder did the editing of the film. Tom Savini does special effects. Tony Maylam was the director. But you actually have Harvey Weinstein did the original story as well as produced it. And Bob Weinstein actually worked on the screenplay. So this has got to be, like, if not the first Miramax release, it's got to be up there as far as those go. But like I said, it took a long time for this movie to come out on DVD, and you know, I'd heard about it for years, never got to see it until it came out. I got it like as soon as it came out. This is an excellent slasher, circa like the slasher craze, you know, at the height of the slasher craze. 1981 it came out, same year as Friday the 13th Part 2. Has some similarities with Friday the 13th Part 2. There's a whole campfire scary story scene that, I mean, they almost mirror each other in a lot of ways. It's one that, you know, a lot of people, you know, they give it a lot of credit, and credit they should give it, because this is a great slasher film. Really cleverly written, I thought. You know, it does a great job of, okay, it's a wilderness camp slasher film, alright, so, and it's from 1981, so it's not going to be the most well put together piece, but I thought, like, for some pros, I thought it was really cleverly written. They do a great job of distancing the kids in the film from help. You know, they're on this little, they're at camp. It must be like an upper state New York sort of camp or something like that. But some of the older kids get to go on a canoe trip, and that's when all the shit sort of goes down. They're away from everyone. Their canoes are sort of taken away from them, and they're in an area where you can't really, you know, they're covered by dense forest, so they have to travel down the water. So they eventually have to make like a raft and stuff. I thought that was really cleverly done. You know, there's a nice twist at the end that I didn't see coming the first time I watched it, even though when you watch it again, you see little hints along the way. The way it's sort of an odd film, because they origin Cropsy at the very start of it, like they show how he, you know, becomes a psychopathic murderer, I guess. They show his capacity to kill in this sort of, in this like little scene with a hooker. You know, you think Cropsy's going to get a piece of ass, but instead he just wants to kill a bitch. But yeah, that sort of sets up Cropsy, and then, you know, he's around the entire film. You know who the killer is, but they still do a really good job of sort of working you into it and scaring you along the way before the climax or the ending of the film, the whole ending portion where there's lots and lots of gore and stuff like that. More pros, of course, the famous raft sequence. Glazer's death I thought was pretty awesome. Although I don't know exactly where Cropsy hides during that scene. It's kind of an interesting one. I don't want to give anything away on the story, so if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you just need to see it. You just need to see this movie, because great special effects by Tom Savini, although some of them are kind of funny. There's this one scene where he's killing someone with a pair of scissors, Cropsy that is, the main killer. And you can see the scissors are cut off at the end, and there's really a blade on them and stuff. There's even a cheesy lightning bolt sequence in that part of the film, but anyway. And I mean, there's other little things along the way that are like I know there's this whole scene where they shoot it day for night, and it's not very well done. If you don't know what day for night is, it's a lot of these films, when they do them at night, it's hard to light them and really hard to put them together. It costs a lot of money for lighting and things like that. So there's this whole sequence where they shot it day for night. What that is they'll put like a blue filter on the camera, or they'll like underexpose the film, I think, and stuff like that. And it makes it look like night even though they're shooting at day. They don't do a great job of it in this one. There's like light gleaming down during this whole like night sequence and stuff like that. The climax, it's kind of funny. You notice that they've recycled a lot of scenes over and over again. There's this point where one of the characters, Alfred, is pinned to a wall while Cropsy is doing his thing across the room, and they're showing Alfred struggling to break free, and you can see there's a hand on his throat, and it's supposed to be like Cropsy. It's another scene where Cropsy was holding him by the throat, but he's across the room at this point. There's another part where this guy they're in a mine at the end. It's like a weird little mine, and he falls through like a little wall, and they cut to like a still shot of one of the girls that got killed earlier, pinned to a tree, clearly pinned to a tree, but it's supposed to be in the mine. You know, there's little things like that. But none of these things are really detractors from the film, because like in the end, great kill sequences. It's got nice little scares. The acting's really good in it, and it's got a lot of people in it. The guy that plays Woodstock, his name is totally eluding me right now, but he's from like all kinds of movies. I remember him most from Hackers for some reason. Jason Alexander, of course, from Seinfeld. This is one of his first roles, and everyone remembers that about him. But there's other people in it too. The guy that plays Alfred is recognizable. The guy that plays Eddie, and like I thought it was pretty well acted. I mean, for one of these films. Yeah, in the end, you know, I can only say good things about The Burning. You know, I think a lot of people, since it came out, I don't know if this is still in print, this DVD, but if it is, I don't know. But yeah, since it like came out on the DVD, I think a lot of people sort of think it's overhyped, because so many people for years were like, you gotta see The Burning, you gotta see The Burning, like it was a secret thing, like, because you can only get it on VHS. Maybe a lot of people hadn't seen it. I know personally, I'd never even seen it at my mom and pop video store when I was a kid. You know, now that it's out on DVD, I think some people sort of, I don't know, they sort of say, oh, it's a little too overhyped, but this is really a great slasher film, and if you're into slashers and you haven't seen it, then you definitely have to, because you'll probably put this in your top 10, I would imagine, if not higher. Get this, just buy it. Like I said, I don't know if this DVD is still in print. I would assume it is, but I don't know. If not, I'm sure you can find it on like the internet and stuff like that. If not, at your local video store. If you can't buy it, you know, try and rent it. But I'm telling you, you will not be, you won't get burned buying this DVD. Oh, nasty pun. Oh, that was brutal. I'm sorry. I actually apologize for that one. Yeah. The Burning. Great ending too. I can't say enough good about it, so just check it out. So I'm just gonna cut it off because I'm just gonna end up rambling for the rest of this. But I hope you enjoyed the review, megaacdcdeth, and everyone else that watched it today. And yeah, I will talk to you soon. Peace.